Good morning, students. Today we will start second chapter of history from trade to territory. In this chapter we will see that the British originally came into India as a small trading company and they didn't have any motive of acquiring Indian territories. Then how did they become the masters of such a vast empire? Here we will see how this came about. In 1600, Queen Elizabeth, the ruler of England, issued a charter granting the East India Company the sole right to trade with the East. This meant that no other trading group in England could compete with East India Company. But this charter didn't prevent the other European powers from entering India, like Portuguese, Dutch, French traders also came to India for trade purposes. मीन्स कि जो क्वीन एलिजाबेथ ने चार्टर इशू किया था और ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को इंडिया के साथ व्यापार करने का एकाधिकार दिया था, वो चार्टर दूसरे कंट्रीज़ की ट्रेडिंग कंपनीज़ को इंडिया में आने से नहीं रोक सका. नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस, why were these European companies interested in trading with India? Why were these companies attracted towards India? The answer is that Europeans were looking for new lands from where they could buy goods at cheap price and carry them back to Europe to sell at higher prices. And Indian products like cotton, silk textiles, pepper, clove, cardamom, cinnamon, these were of very good quality and they were in great demand in Europe. And so all the trading companies were interested in buying the same things. So there was competition among them and this competition increased the prices and the result was a reduction in profits. क्या होता है कि जब कोई प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड बहुत बढ़ जाती है और उनकी सप्लाई उसके अकॉर्डिंग नहीं होती तो उन प्रोडक्ट्स के प्राइजेस बढ़ जाते हैं. जब प्राइजेस बढ़ जाएंगे तो इन ट्रेडिंग कंपनीज के प्रॉफिट्स कम हो जाएंगे. सो दीज कंपनीज यूज्ड एवरी मेथड टू एलिमिनेट देयर राइवल्स. दिस समटाइम्स आल्सो लेड टू कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विद लोकल रूलर्स. The company now found it difficult to separate trade from politics. Now let's study about the beginning of East India Company's trade in Bengal. The first English factory was set up on the banks of the river Hooghly in 1651. Gradually, the company built a warehouse near this factory. And then they built settlements for their officers and merchants to live near the factory. It also built a fort around the settlement. Thus it acquired control over a large piece of land. The East India Company also bribed Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb and he granted the company the right to trade duty free, means without paying taxes. Now this trade sometimes led to battles. We will study what were the areas of conflict between Bengal Nawabs and East India Company that led to battles. In Bengal, the Nawabs like Murshid Quli Khan, Ali Vardi Khan and then Sirajuddaula, these were very powerful rulers. They refused to grant the company concessions. They demanded large tributes for the company's right to trade and stopped it from extending its fortifications. They said that company was depriving the Bengal government of huge amount of revenue and it was also undermining the authority of Nawab. The conflicts between the Bengal Nawab and East India Company grew so much that they led to the Battle of Plassey. Now we will read about this battle and see how company was able to get victory in this battle. Sirajuddaula, who was the Nawab of Bengal, asked the company to stop interfering in the political affairs of Bengal as the company's interference was increasing. He asked it to pay tax and also to stop fortification. When the company refused, Sirajuddaula marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory. There he disarmed the Englishmen, locked their warehouses. Then he marched to Calcutta to establish control over the company's fort. When Robert Clive heard this, he led the company's army against Sirajuddaula at Plassey. Now there was battle between Sirajuddaula's army and Robert Clive's forces. In this battle there was defeat of Sirajuddaula, and the reason of this defeat was that Sirajuddaula's commander Mir Jafar deceived him. He didn't fight the battle from Nawab's side. Why? Because Robert Clive had managed to secure his support by promising to make him Nawab after crushing Sirajuddaula. So in the greed of power, Mir Jafar defeated his own Nawab. This battle became famous because it was the first major victory the company won in India. Now after this battle of Plassey, Sirajuddaula was assassinated and Mir Jafar was made the Nawab, as the company had already promised him to make him Nawab. Now the company tried to make Mir Jafar its puppet. You know, puppet literally means a toy that you can move with strings. Here it means to control a person completely. When Mir Jafar protested, means he was not ready to act according to their wishes, the company deposed him and installed Mir Qasim in his place. When Mir Qasim complained, he was defeated in the famous battle of Buxar in 1764 and he was driven out of Bengal. Now slowly the mood and intention of company had changed. Now they decided to become Nawabs themselves. Till their motive was only trade with India. But now they started thinking of ruling the Indian territory. Now what happened after this? In 1765, the Mughal emperor appointed the company as the Diwan of Bengal. Now दीवान बनने का या दीवानी राइट्स मिलने का क्या मतलब है कि अब वहाँ से इनकम के सोर्सेज ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के पास आ गए. इनकम जैसे कि टैक्स वगैरह कलेक्ट करने के राइट्स जो हैं वो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को मिल गए. The Diwani allowed the company to use the vast revenue resources of Bengal. This solved the major problem that the company had earlier faced. First, it had to buy most of the goods in India with gold and silver imported from Britain. But this outflow of gold from Britain stopped after the assumption of Diwani, because now revenues from India could finance company expenses. कि जब दीवानी राइट मिल गई ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को, तब उन्हें ब्रिटेन से गोल्ड सिल्वर लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती थी. पहले उन्हें इंडिया के साथ ट्रेड जब करते थे, जब जो प्रोडक्ट्स यहाँ से ख़रीदते थे उनके लिए पेमेंट करनी होती थी, तो वो ब्रिटेन से गोल्ड और सिल्वर लेकर आते थे. बट अब उनके पास इंडिया की ही मनी आने लग गई, यहाँ से इनकम होने लगी, तो उन्हीं पैसों से वो जो है अपने सारे एक्सपेंसेस पूरे करने लगे. So these revenues could be used to purchase cotton and silk textile in India, to maintain company's troops, to meet the cost of building the company fort and offices at Calcutta. So students, till now we have read that East India Company, which was merely a trading company from Britain, came to India for trade purpose. It didn't have any motive of ruling the Indian territory. But when it found that it was difficult for it to do profitable trade in India because the local Nawabs and rulers were not ready to act according to the will of company, it started interfering in its political matters and it thought of expanding its power in India. So students, that's all for the day. In the next video, we will study about the expansion of companies' rule in India.